listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. Exactly. Rewind.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Exactly. Rewind. You know why you're here, don't you? The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time? It's a rhetorical question. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood? Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated. Deprecated. We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpet's priceless. Now, how long are you staying for? Yes, the chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet. Yes, the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you? Chief DuPont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. You don't believe? That's okay. Sometimes life is just a stream of coincidences. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading. So, what's your question, Sam? Oh. The Page of Cups. It suggests I'm innocent of whatever it is I'm being accused of. I'm going to be seeing a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam? Good. We're neighbours. Just knock if you need me.
That I brought it today.
So it's quite small, fits in the palm of your hand, and it's a small man wearing robes, and he looks like he's in...
The wife of King Tut. The king ordered that Busan be shrunk by mystics, and the process caused the pain you see on his face. These...
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs? Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam, that's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw, 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers. Yes. Keep up, Sam. That's the girl who was murdered? Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up. It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something, and that's why I didn't take it seriously. Because things, I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it? Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you. Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away, or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork. Your old town? The problem? Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it. What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself. Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m. Do I have an alibi for last night? Do I? Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius. In her bedroom. She was naked. Strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know. Born here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you? She told you she's taking pills, didn't she? Let me handle Violet. She didn't kill anyone.
Pushed down. She was young. They usually are. They're easier to infect young. They listen. It took time for her fall, but the demon knew. Sooner or later
I assume you've been to see Chief DuPont already? Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though. Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they? Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest. Sorry. I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend. Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already. They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually. Because they may have killed someone. It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos. I'm sorry, it's a derogatory word, isn't it? But strange people seem to gravitate towards this guest house, Sam. I think I'll get the sign changed. It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. No, and I didn't murder her, if that's what you're asking. I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me.
But I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway.
Sam, is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading. Chief DuPont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise. All I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death. We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team. In my room reading, I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me. No, not at all. Lexi popped in and we chatted for a bit, but That's all. I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy. We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know.
Demon had outgrown his host, gotten too big for her poor soul to bear, tore her apart.
You must be a new guest. Or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way. Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes off at 9, by the way, so it's cold showers from there on in. It really bugs me. I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician. Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec, we don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea. We did a reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck. You get it piecemeal. Not everything in one reading. The last one we did showed a young woman being murdered. Young, talented, probably red-headed. Mercury? It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves. I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it. I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work. My prayer, that the girl would be safe.
Yet more dominoes fell, landing at the heads of graves in the field of stones. Unstoppable.
Oh, hi. Sam, is it? Come on in. Make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on. I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is? You've done your research. The happy squirrel was vague and mysterious, but not evil. The Five of Swords. I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost. Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad. She's like my big sister, so pretty well. No. The cards told us to. well, the cards and rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is. No? Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job. Okay. We make a cheese obelisk, a chob, and depending on the shape of that chob, we get different answers to questions. No, you don't. I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails. No, I mean, yeah, I've already cleaned it off.
Alex, that you find someone to reach out to. But thank you again for sharing with us.
Oh, I'm so impressed again, Monroe. You're so observant.
I try.
Hopefully, this lady can take something from this.
Thank you for your dreams.
To Radio August, Dark Night with Poe and Monroe.
The sprinklers hiss down. I crawl out of Jim.
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Looks like paper dolls. There's no way I'm dying like that. No way. If 8 bullets can't stop her, I'll eat the knife. Months ago, the egg...
Is there something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota will be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
It's in the total darkness. The sirens wheeze to a halt before my eyes.
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it? Birmingham?
The Traveller? Dead Girls? Ring any bells?
Traveller?
Bron, you're acting weird. Are you still you?
Of course.
Stop freaking me out. It's not cool in this current climate.
Jimmy's empty gun falls to the floor. All that's left is my sobbing.
Ron, are you okay?
I'm not okay. I'm okay.
Good. It's not our fault this stuff happens. We're just the messengers.
We've seen a lot of...
Are you asking me or telling me? Yes, we've seen a lot of stuff. You seem weird. Just go and regroup or something, then come back and make me feel better about myself.
It sort of looks like a whistle.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's part of it. Whistle.
I'm not sure.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
In children.
Oh.
It was discovered just over a decade ago. Graveyard exposed the well's contents.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, quite creepy. Oh.
Have you met the new detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
The real reason we're here. What we did last night. The real reason we're here.
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so. Just try not to let anything slip.
I mean, this one sounds quite dark and complex, Alex, so we really thank you for sharing this.
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you worried about Bronwyn?
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
That's not even funny, Rain. Bronwyn's the least murdery person we know. But okay, let's say she did do it. What possible reason could she have for killing Dorota?
Psychopathic tendencies? Crime of passion?
Maybe. Maybe Bronwyn and Dorota were secretly lovers. And Bronwyn found out that Dorota was seeing someone else and killed her in a jealous fit of rage. Or maybe that's just another one of your twisted late night fantasies, in which case, leave me out of it.
Emotional, because the imagery of the lake actually, it relates to your emotional state of mind.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Believe that perhaps something is weighing heavily on your mind, and perhaps it's a secret.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Please don't ask us to leave. The police want alibis from everyone for last night.
Well, I don't have one. I literally can't remember what I was doing.
Please don't ask us to leave.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe for the minute.
That sounds ominous.
If one of your crew did murder Dorota, you can't really stay here, can you?
What do you think?
Well, it's quite...
What's up, Lexi? I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our alibi.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide. I'm more worried about Violet. I didn't see her last night, did you?
You think she's the murderer? Did Violet know Dorota?
I have no idea. They're both redheads. Maybe August has a club?
Oh, right. Of course.
You were right about Asian, a Chinese bronze.
Something's weird, isn't it? Ron seems strange today.
How are you?
Do you think Bronwyn might get falsely imprisoned? It happens all the time.
Are you looking to take over?
No. I'm just worried.
Uses. But when used correctly in a pair, it's feng shui, guards against evil.
Oh, wow.
That's what can happen when you sell something that guards against evil.
I think I'd quite like to have a guard against evil.
In particular in August at the moment. Poe's curiosity shop is now closed.
You're listening to Radio August, Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Cough. Cough. Cough.
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
What was it I asked you to do again?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude, you're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
What were you doing?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always. I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
Maybe, whispers Lung, before hanging up the phone. He steps backwards wearily, brandishing a revolver at the girl and calls out, "Hey, you!" And then more worriedly,
Chief DuPont, what a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you really, Bronwyn Castle?
Does it bother you, Chief DuPont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist.
I haven't asked anyone for a penny.
cough. Coughing more blood. Lung swipes with his sleeves and stands his ground. That you can go back to hell, or wherever it is you came from.
Good evening, Chief DuPont.
Dorota's family, what does the tarot say about them?
I can do a reading, if you want.
Yeah.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Bronwyn never been arrested?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character, if you play D&D.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police? Have you ever been in trouble with the police?
I've never been convicted, no.
Been charged with anything?
My mind's gone blank.
It's Zoe. I know. It was the detective you hired. He tried to kill me. I know. As fast as I can. I love you too. Okay. Bye. She puts the phone back, and her hands stop.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius, her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she...
Leader? This isn't a cult. She looks after me and Rain, makes sure we eat healthy and brush our teeth.
Why are you here in August? What were you doing last night? Why are you here?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here? What's wrong with the nightlife?
There isn't any. And sometimes a girl needs a party.
What were you doing last night?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on a Bron can vouch for me.
Yeah, so again, there's someone stuck in a loop. I find that always interesting. So it's an unresolved issue.
Very good.
That's sort of something you could say.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Well, I mean, as you know, Monroe, you've interpreted so many dreams.
You don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
No, thank... Okay.
Great. What do you want to know about?
The murder. My love life.
I think the tarot wants to ask a different question, but... The devil. You're letting yourself be manipulated by someone who isn't good for you. Or maybe it means you're having fantastic sex. You might like playing the victim.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
Your name's written on the inside cover.
You should be equal, and you should be loved for who you are. And maybe that is...
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long are you planning to be here?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave, or you kick us out, obviously.
How did you know Dorota was going to die? Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all three of us were in on it. Or none of us.
What do you think, Poe?
Well, that is quite,
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
But you weren't in this room, were you?
Oh no, was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
No.
Oh, thank God. I'll try not to let it happen again.
From. But what I can say to you, Simeon, is that you need to start believing in yourself. It's very important that you believe in yourself, and if good things happen to you, then please just embrace them. For the best. Thank you for your dreams.
welcome to Poe's Cube. Brought in a really cool object. So what might this be?
With two alien babies, and then it's wearing a hat, and it's made of stone. They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shore was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Who are you? Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them. Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. I'm playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No? Why? Chief DuPont said there was no signs of anything like that. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Not hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these, you know, voyeur fantasies. She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet. And then she'd walk in and strip off. Start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. I'm sorry, is this helping with the investigation? Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
Ivan pushed himself up and went to get a towel.
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright? Yep, that's what he told me too. Not a suspect. Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them. Got any reason for saying that? I'll look into it. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
He sat in silence until he could no longer hear his own breathing, until Uni stopped pacing and sat grudgingly opposite him, until the blood slowed and started to dry. Finally, he shifted onto his knees and lifted the kitten in both hands. It's flop.
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Brought something for Mummy. Ivan perched on the edge of the bed.
Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
And shakier than usual. Didn't I mention it? She started pulling at the fur. She hadn't mentioned it. He lay down and closed his eyes, listening to her tearing the kittens. She said, between chews, "No worry. Anything for you."
To you be.
I have never seen anything like this. So, it feels heavy again.
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother? Ask Zach Weston. He took them. Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking. At Weston's Photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there. I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4. Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam? The masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know. Would you, Sam?
It had brought the day to a premature dusk, and the cold wind had driven people off the streets, and this old-timer was out late.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today. Fine. Jeeve Dupont was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie. Rain's a big boy, he can handle himself. Besides, I'd be highly suspicious if Rain claimed to be doing anything else other than reading on a Monday night. That's pretty much all he does every night. Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said. Oh, Sam. You know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality.
Then they sent me back into the world with a letter for my physician.
Sam, what can I do for you? We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them. Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it. We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name. It kinda did. It's hard getting an exact name out of 78 cards, but considering we'd never heard of Dorota Shaw, it painted a pretty good picture otherwise. No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out Dorota. Just... this is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveller who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Started, I was able to prepare, get some clothes together, do a bit of reconnaissance. I couldn't count on being so lucky a second time.
Hi Sam, back for more already? No, I think Bronwyn met him though. This morning, he only wanted to see her. I guess he didn't want anyone else to hear what he had to say. I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble? It was only a little white lie, nothing else. It wasn't even that much of a lie. We're both here, in the guest house. We just happened to be in different rooms. If I had proof, Bron wouldn't have made this all up. I'm sorry, Sam, I really am. I know how this must look, but I couldn't kill anything, honest. Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device? Want to know how it works? Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars and space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that. With so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me? Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead. I know, mind-blowing. Traveller, that's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did you now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel? Cheeky? Are you flirting with me? Oh dear, am I blushing again? There's a murder to solve. Maybe you should do that first, then me. No, not like that.
His life than me. Fuck you! Give me the money! He pulls out the knife from inside his jacket, 8 inches, big enough to skewer an elephant. And I'm really...
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Reaches the knife from his, dislocating his elbow. Blood gushes from his mouth and nose. I turn his head away to avoid the spray and feel his neck break under my hand. The beast drinks in his life.
Didn't expect you to come back. Have you contacted Dorota?
No. Yes. She forgives you. Yes. She says you know who killed her.
She said what? Why would she say that? She'd never have said that. Why are you lying to me?
I'm probably confused. So she said you knew.
I knew. Maybe it's someone I know? Is that what she means?
I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction. Do you get on with Dorota's family? I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction.
It's okay, just... How did you know? How did you come up with a name and then she's gone?
She's not gone. She's waiting to pass. How could someone even get into Dorota's bedroom?
The usual way. The front door. Like, it's a townhouse and she's on the 3rd floor. So, other than teleporting or a big ladder, that's the only way.
Do you get on with Dorota's family? Do you get...
Not really. Especially not now. They're convinced I got her into the wrong crowd or something. Am I really a bad influence?
Yes. No.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I know it's a bit soon, but maybe we can grab coffee sometime? Just to chat about things.
No, thanks. Yes, that would be nice.
I like you, Bronwyn. How about soon? How about tonight? I can come to the guest house?
No, you can't. Sure.
So it's a date? Sort of. I'll see you soon. Hi. Hey. Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to dating so soon.
I'm actually not in the mood anymore. It's okay. We can take it slowly.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I was thinking on doing anything, physical.
Get up on the bed. It's okay. We can talk. Just sit on the bed.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I noticed I've got some Earl Grey in the hallway. I know it sounds a bit rude, but I'd really like some if you wouldn't mind.
Sure, I'll be right back.
Well, what if I wanted you to leave so that I could make myself more comfortable for you? I really don't think I'm ready for this.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Shh, baby, just a little pressure down there.
No, wait, please. Can you just get off me, please?
I'm sorry, you're right. Oh, I want you inside me.
Get off me! Get off! I can't do this. I don't care what the chief wants. I just can't. How can you want to sleep with me? Did you kill her? Did you kill Dorota?
Yes. No.
The chief's gonna want to talk to you, you hear? What you've done is truly evil.
For success, but you don't feel worthy of it. And it could be you're suffering from imposter syndrome, which is actually quite...
I'm truly sorry about Dorota.
What are you implying?
It's just suspicious.
Does anyone really care that Dorota is dead?
I'm truly sorry about Dorota.
I didn't really know her. I saw her pictures in the newspaper. Can't remember what for right now.
Read by Jessa from the Jessa Chin.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham.
Well, what can I tell Sam that you haven't already?
You know Sam likes a fact check.
Well, I don't really know Sam. But if you're sure, then I guess I'm sure.
What did you tell the police you were doing last night?
I told them the truth, that I was in my room. I'm not sure if they can fact check it, but it's the only alibi I've got. Kind of wish we'd all stuck together now.
When should we do another reading? The police think it's me, don't they?
Looks that way. Have you been feeling possessed lately?
Why possessed?
You're kidding, right?
Perhaps I was the messenger. Yes, I understand now. I'm the messenger.
Oh, Bron, I'm so glad you're here. We need to talk.
Is something wrong?
No one can hear us, right? I mean, I'm assuming this room isn't bugged, although knowing Violet, there's probably cameras everywhere.
You think Violet's a voyeur?
Probably. I don't know. She has that look about her, don't you think? Like she knows something she's not letting on. I wouldn't be surprised if there's cameras hidden in the wardrobe.
What have you got to hide?
Nothing. Though I'd rather she didn't see me dancing around in my underwear. I only do that for people I love.
Do you love me?
Of course I do, Bron. See? And now that's on film. I hope you enjoyed that, Violet. Listen, we need to talk about our alibi.
What about our alibi?
I know you said it would be better if we said we were together, But lying about your alibi, that's pretty serious. Are you sure it was a good idea?
We should do whatever it takes.
You're acting like we've got something to hide. Bron, is there something you're not telling me? Why'd you ask me to lie? Were you really in your room all night?
Yes. No.
Where were you? Bron, don't mess me around, you're scaring me.
I'm just kidding, I was here all night.
Not funny.
13 again, sucking on stolen sauce packets from the school canteen. It wasn't her fault.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Animals were cheaper. Bigger ones cost more, but only one kind would do. The African gray was a good fit for Mother. They had the same beady eyes, the same petulant squawks.
Violet?
She didn't need one. The bird took up a perch on the back of Mother's armchair, watching her with talonous disapproval. The sight of seeing the chair's upholstery pierced Pen's eyes. She didn't have to
I changed your sheets last night, and you weren't here.
That's impossible. I was in that room praying the entire time, and those sheets have definitely not been changed, I can assure you. Are you trying to frame me?
After a couple of weeks, Pen's little fat roll shrank away like an apple. In truth, the parrot was better at being Mother.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Ever been. Thinner and harder. There were no more soft little rolls of fat to make her.
Oscar? What are you doing here?
I want to help.
I know. We've already talked about this. You said you'd get into Bronwyn Castle's room somehow and have a look around.
Why? How?
I don't know. Maybe ask if you can go around. Women like vulnerable men.
Do they?
I don't know. Do I look like vulnerable men? Just do whatever you have to, Oscar. I've got to concentrate on some other leads. So, you can go now?
So much theatricality surrounding this demon, this ghost of a phenomenon. So much ritual, so much awful curiosity. Easy as walking down the street past the tree. The nearly empty house, the field of stones. With one, the first domino to be pushed down. She was young.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
Ever present.
Ah, Rain, can I help?
About last night,
Was there a problem?
my tap was dripping, but I fixed it. Where were you?
Dripping? Maybe I was in my bedroom. That's out of bounds to you.
But most people do anyway. A hollow home.
Don't forget the group reading, Ray. By which I mean, if you see Lexi, tell her not to forget the group reading.
What's the plan?
We still don't know what we're dealing with. There's every chance that it could just be a normal human murder.
What if it's not a normal human murder?
Then we have to assume that it's some kind of traveller.
Like in Birmingham? A traveller from where?
From where? From when? We don't even know if it is a traveller yet. Let's just get the group reading done. Maybe then we'll have some answers.
And now it was just a waiting game until she got to her lonely.
What do you think of Sam?
Oh, I'll totally hit that. Apart from the whole investigating Bronwyn for murder thing, of course. But that's a minor flaw. I can work around it.
I hear Sam likes you too.
Really? Well, you know, I'm not surprised. I am a total babe.
Resolve soothed the scratches in her throat. She tried to reach out in that subtle human way. Of course. She'd say, I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. Anyway, no one heard her. They never do. But more than that, humans don't want to be in pain.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stay with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Into the hospital before the pills tore apart her liver. The doctors, the ones...
Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow or make an appointment online. Yes. What do you want? The Shaws. Oh, you mean that girl who got killed? What was her name? Dorothy? I see a lot of faces in my studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota, I remember now. For the August Chronicle, she won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot. No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat. If you asked me to drive there without my sat-nav, no. No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there. kissy. There's photos here. Her on the cello. Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see? Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all. What do you mean? Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography. Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots. It's all very tasteful. A lot of women have them done as gifts for their husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends, I suppose. She didn't say. Her boyfriend, I assume. Friends, yes. I know Violet very well. Violet takes it very well, actually. I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm centre. I'm sorry my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex. Here. I'm usually here most nights. Only the roof rats.
Ivan was woken by the crowing of his cat. This was nothing new. He opened...
If you have anything else on Zach Weston, let me know. And I'm all for a good boudoir picture, but who are they for? There's definitely a strong connection between those two then. Perhaps go and ask him about it? That's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now. I think you're supposed to tell me that. If he was taking photos of Dorota, maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. Zach says he's sleeping with Violet, which I doubt. Zach did other photo sessions with Dorota. Boudoir. I wonder what else he's not telling us. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, he mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
The kitchen was quiet. The small, heaped body on the mat by the cat flap didn't seem to be moving. These were all good signs. White fur. What is that? A rat? No, not a rat. A cat. Smaller than a cat.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
He crouched down for a closer look. The kitten's eyes were open. Blue, pink nose, pink ears.
Well, hello, gorgeous.
Did you hear about Dorota?
I came over last night, but you weren't here.
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here.
Did you hear about Dorota?
Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Local celebrity? Were you sleeping with her?
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
That's not what I heard.
This again. I told you, I'm not seeing anyone else. I have gorgeous women in my studio all the time, but you're special. Not because you won't take off your clothes, I'm expecting that at some point. It's just, you're so clever and well educated, and the icing on the cake, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
Made, and he quickly replaced it, shutting his eyes hard to try to erase the sun. Of course, Ivan slumped to the floor to inspect the darkening towel. Blood trickled along the groove of the floor tiles, and she lowered her head to lap it hungrily.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Towel on the floor. He'd need it to clean up later. He held the kitten.
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what? Is that why you killed her?
That's not funny, Zach. What if Sam heard?
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me. Why'd you think that?
The boudoir sessions. Some girls get the wrong idea. I saw how she was looking at you. She wanted it.
You were there.
No, silly. But I saw the photos.
Her, but I still felt the thump of solid body connecting with my car. No denying that sickening thump. When my car finally skidded to a full stop.
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow. Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
And a distorted voice from the now crackling speakers were my only... Everything in my head was screaming for me to go, to run. But I couldn't do it.
Do we really have to? How vulgar. Yes, I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it. He thinks he's irresistible to women. No.
Body that lay unnaturally twisted atop the pavement. I wanted to...
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings. Gotta pay for a job somehow. Lexi's locked in till late too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
Well, that would never let me sleep at night again.
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he did mention the rota. He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was the rota Shaw. Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing. Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3. You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute. I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds. Some religions talk of demons, but they don't actually exist. Travellers can get inside us and make it look like we're possessed, hence the demons. Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect. They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them. Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
Satin sheets. Like satin bed sheets.
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait? Just give me to 8, okay?
Tightly in my hand. Sir? Where were you driving? What road was the accident?
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cap.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
It's a 5 of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all 3 again?
1 in 474,552. I know. I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a 10 of Swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Alice Munro.
And also there's some color on there as well. I think it's like a green. It's like green.
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me. We've got a new target, Alice Munro. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. You say Bronwyn and Lexi's alibis don't add up. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Great.
Yeah, what a nice guy. It was a practice that was thought of.
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me. Yes, we were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks. We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show. After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back. This is just between us, right? We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. I'm not going into detail, Sam. We pledged each other multiple times. Oscar, yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind. But she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else. I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked. The killer was in her wardrobe? What? Well, then it had to be Oscar. He's the only one it could be. That doesn't make any sense. Then she was seeing someone else? No. Someone she knew. Knew she'd be alone? A stalker? It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married. We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend. He's on air at the moment, but he'll be finished at 8:30. On air? We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding. Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show. No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. My life was playing on a TV screen, and every time I did something, another version of me started playing over the first. In the end, there were so many versions it became a fog. It filled my lungs. I couldn't breathe. And then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine. Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt. Sam? You forgot your phone.
They're all these different, perhaps different aspects of her life have holes in them. So issues that have not been filled and have not been repaired. So I think perhaps she's experiencing.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Alice. And you wish you could be. But Lena, the thing is, if you can wish it, you can do it. Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. Okay, so we've heard from Alex that they have the same dream every night. Now it's a woman. Her black hair streaming. Be dead. No one can breathe that long on the water. Then she opens her eyes, and I realize it's not her. I mean, this one sounds quite dark and complex, Alex.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
The person she's observing in the dream is...
Do you believe Tara can predict things now?
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Did it really? Can it predict the murderer? No. Of course not. You'd have done that already.
Obviously, once again, Alex, thank you very much for sharing this one with us. I would love to talk. It's quite emotional because the imagery of the lake actually...
Bron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do about Alice?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
A few times we've caught up with the Traveller, nothing's worked.
Talking to them? Killing them? Restraining them?
If we lock up the killer until Mercury tells us Ellis is safe, that could work. But who is the killer?
Alice. Violet.
I can believe that. Maybe we should tie her up.
Promise.
Thank you for your dreams. Dreams
And nightmares.
with Poe and Monroe. Purple curtains in my bedroom. The sun goes down, and I feel my skin shedding in the darkness. I hug.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. Who's that? Is he a suspect? I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
You know what? You are so close, Poe. So, Helen, firstly, thank you very much for writing in and speaking. Think is that you want to reveal something private about your life, but you're worried that when you do, you will still be as ordinary as...
Nice. Yeah. Well, I was close, but...
Dreams. You're listening to Radio August.
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
I've done a bad thing, and it's only Wednesday. Her name was Vanessa Quinn, and she was an onomat, or so she said. I'm not sure I believe they exist, even now.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
It's a long story. Bang, bang, bang. The office door shook with the knocking from outside. What a time for
Sorry, we're closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Dorota told me things about you.
Things? That's ominously vague. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lexi.
Lexi? I like it. It's got an edge.
Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? I know what you did to Dorota.
I didn't do anything to Dorota.
You killed her. You seduced her.
You make it sound so sordid. Dorota didn't do anything she didn't want to.
Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you?
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam.
Sam? Who are you? Are you working with the police too?
I'm helping Sam with the case. Don't worry, I'm not with the police.
I'm not worried. I just don't like being lied to.
Dorota says she knew you.
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No thanks. Sure.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
Of course. Does it?
I like you already.
I believe you, I say, looking at my gun. But I just shot you. You didn't shoot me, she smiles. And you did. So, my alp. Well, the gunshot's real. The alpaca took an itch. Weeks wasted. I knew I had a reason for wanting her dead. I point the gun at her and sneer. What do you want from me? I want you to help me make more onomats.
Lexi Korn, how thin are these walls?
What do you mean the walls are thin?
I can hear you screaming at your Ouija board. Last night too. I feel like I've heard your whole life story.
What did you hear?
Does Sam like me? Is Violet a lesbian? Will Ellis die? Will Bronwyn die? That last one, don't worry about that.
Why not? Because you're a...
Oh, I am Bronwyn MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod, and I am immortal. You silly badger.
Now, what could the object I've just handed to you be?
I have never... It feels heavy again. And I think...
Our job is so stressful.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it? Why don't we just quit?
And leave Bron on her own? Quite possibly to die? No. I'm locked in now. Until the end. Whatever that may be.
Has traces of the same limestone as the Great Sphinx of Giza. Well,
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Bullet for luck as I reload them. Rising to my feet, I slide them.
Claude?
Violet, there's been a UFO sighted on a night that you can't remember.
Shh! Claude, I told you never to speak about this. Wait. So you think it's real?
I need you to tell Sam what happened. It'll help.
Help what? Me? I'll think about it.
I have time to take all 8 shots before Emma reaches me.
Chief, what a surprise to see you. Again.
Why didn't you tell me Ellis was next?
I told you Dorota was first. And that didn't turn out very well, did it? Let's hope Sam does a better job than you did.
No way. If 8 bullets can't stop her, I'll eat the night. The eggheads on smoke break told Jimmy that the Emma project had failed. She sent down to the vault for further military evaluation, like the rest of Thacker's creations.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos? What did you want to ask?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. I need some space.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift for you.
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't seen them.
And another. The 7th slows her approach to a stagger. The 8th forces her to her knees, just a few feet down slope. Eyes locked, I put that 9th bullet straight through her skull. Spraying crimson, she spills backward onto the concrete slope.
Chief DuPont, thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking your...
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down? What's really worrying you? Have I ever let you down?
Yes, actually. Last year? With Dennis, remember?
Dennis? But you're still here.
No thanks to you. If Poe hadn't come back, then I'd still be tied up. God knows what he'd have done to me. He's dragon?
Not quite a dragon.
Or a lion with wings?
You're right.
A winged lion?
Lion dog, actually.
Oh, right. Of course.
You were right. Hair originally donated to August's public library, but
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name? I'm Sophia. Pleased to meet you. Do you want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. Shh. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you? I don't really want to. About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness, like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. I get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. No. I have certain flashbacks. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts, bruises, memories. Of course! Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio.
Bedraggled hair was seaweed, then tentacle.
A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Yeah, she sounded blonde on the radio, but Mercury called her as a redhead. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but well, there's no guarantees. No. I can do a reading if you want. The Chariot. Is Zach a suspect? I'm sensing there's a lot of tension, pent-up frustration, like he's trying to keep everything together, and if he can just do that... I'm sorry, that's not much help to you, is it? Yes, of course, anything. Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you? Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
The capacity to understand human perception, the entity was blind to the weakness of its present disguise, but had other uses.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Its bile-stained mouth over my own and regurgitated involuntary gags, reflexive struggling, as the worm wriggled around my tongue and throat coated with mucus, probed. The worm didn't go, and then up further until it was crawling inside my brain.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Eat me if I refused. Perhaps starting with...
I think we should break up. I need to talk about Ellis Monroe.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
The tarot readers have predicted that she's the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
No, I do not. I've got more important things to do, Zach.
I think we should break up.
Why do you want to break up?
I don't love you. I'm cheating on you.
We don't have to break up. We can put it behind us as long as you promise me she was your last.
Clothes held a cardboard sign in hand and smelled of urine. The worm probed. Rain. Not this one. What's special about this? Which may have been precisely the point. How about something to eat?
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
His story was embellished for panhandling, but the worm didn't care. The worm insisted that the bag lady was...
Oscar, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Have you seen Dorota?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it really? Tell me.
I couldn't. I was live on air. I didn't know what was happening. Well, nobody knew what was happening. Don't make this my fault, Oscar. Please.
For those who keep finding their way, like a deep sea fish.
Oscar, good. You got my message. Got some things to show you.
What have you got?
Does, this mean anything to you?
That's Dorota.
And what if I showed you this?
Alice Munro.
Do you know her?
She's from the radio.
And if I do this? No? Anything?
What are you doing?
That'll be all. You can go now.
Sharks. But the sharks don't seem to notice me. Fall, but I never hit the water. Now, this in particular I think is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Poe?
Interesting elements to it. From the sharks, or perhaps some danger that's lurking. And there's danger of certain people, people that this listener. Lost. You're never reaching your end goal. Putting these things together.
Well, you weren't far off, I'll be honest, Poe, but there are different elements here that I'd like to discuss.
Never heard them together before. Rhymes, doesn't it? Alice visited me a few times saying she had a stalker. You know, hid behind bins, took photos from his car, frequented the same supermarket she did. I didn't really think anything of it. She's a small-town celeb, he's a small-town celeb stalker. But I did learn one thing. That there's no such thing as a small stalker. His flat was a shrine to Ellis, and he'd somehow decided that sacrificing her would summon a demon that would do his bidding. By the time I got to Radio August, it was all over. No, obviously not. Alice was tied up. She had weird symbols painted all over her body. At that point, Dennis was probably going to sacrifice her with the very blunt bread knife he was carrying. But Poe stepped in to save the day. She'd be dead without him. He hit Dennis over the head with one of his old antiques, so I guess they have some value.
But Marek, what I'd like to say to you is that people, if what you're doing, receiving positive things in return, you need to give them all of your time and your emotions. So perhaps, Marek, you need to take a step back, I think, in this case.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity. I've just handed to you. What do you think it is?
Well, I'm not sure what it is.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
In one of our earlier shows, do you remember? It was the same.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
In ancient times, why might people wear this?
What is it, Ray?
I have a plan.
You do? Enlighten me.
Maybe Ellis should stay with us.
With our track record, if she gets killed anywhere near us, we'll be sent to jail, whether we did it or not.
That's cold.
I'm just being practical. Ellis's fate is in our hands. Ours isn't.
Poe's curiosity shop is now closed. Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Okay, so please explain to the listeners what the...
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
So...
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
Really? Well, what's Sam going to do?
I believe Sam is going to save Ellis. According to the Ouija, this could play out in a lot of different ways, but mostly saving Ellis.
What other ways?
Ellis could run, Ellis could die, Ellis could be saved, mistaken identity, someone else dies. There's a lot of noise coming from the beyond, but it's not just a load of voices saying Ellis will die. Sam's got this.
Yeah. Its only job is literally to flatten bed sheets. That's what it is.
Really? Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Ingrained in the mangle. But I hope. Question. I do not know.
Oh gosh. You can have it back.
I personally just use it to flatten bed sheets. Poe's curiosity.
Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Read by Adam Day. From this height, nighttime London sparkles. Arms wide, I die. And taught me that the secret was to never hit the ground.
She has a wicked imagination for her age. I was seeing and hearing things that weren't there. That's why I'm taking pills. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently.
In our idle chatter, I pieced together fragments of Tenzin's story, a former... Yet that's how most of them fall. He had wisdom, though. Of that I have no doubt. How the universe worked. I close my eyes as the concrete rises up to embrace me. There are
What do you know about it? She thinks she was abducted. Obviously, it's all fiction. We've got a new target, Ellis Monroe. Ellis said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. You say Bronwyn and Lexi's alibis don't add up. Lexi's doing some investigating for you. As if that'll help. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Metal. So this one has got a heavy metal handle, and then it's got a circular face, and what looks like could have perhaps been maybe a shiny metal.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
No.
I mean, we could just name every country you've ever had on the show.
Do you remember the Queen? You? It's more about what you can do. What do you think you might do with the mirror?
If I'm honest, at first, because of the handle, I thought maybe I would say a mirror, a handheld mirror.
You're right. Well done. But it's not just a mirror. It's something you might do your makeup. Impeccable hairstyle today.
Thank you very much,
as usual. It's a reflecting mirror, but it was used for teleportation. Allegedly, think of being somewhere else and you're there. Doesn't work for me.
Oh.
Maybe it works for you. You try.
Okay, so I'm just going to imagine somewhere else. And hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Oh, it feels heavy again. And
Yes.
And there's shape.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Like a wooden bell with a large handle.
Unfunctional wooden bell.
Yeah, but it's heavy, like really heavy.
Okay, I'm going to explain. The reason why it's heavy, it's in fact an Egyptian.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis. You're listening to Radio August, Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Lung, read by Jesse Cox. 20s. The white robes barely cover her, soaked in blood. Lighting up another cigarette. Cough. Cough. Call it that. There's a mossy slab beside Carnby Stream. The clouded sky picks out highlights in the water as it travels past jutting rocks and reeds. It's a calming juxtaposition to the lifeless vessel in front of him. Cough.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Although it may be, whispers Lung, before he... Wearily, brandishing a revolver at the girl and calls out, "Hey, you! Who are you?" Looking down at her semi-naked, blood-drenched body. Lung, did you murder her? Lung squirms a little. Cough. A lot of people wanted Zoe dead. I did them a favor, and I got a meeting with you. The girl draws her and moves slowly. What do you want exactly? Lung steps. Dying. I don't want to die. You said you could grant me eternal life. The girl snarls at him. I did. That was before I knew you were a killer.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Lung crosses his arms to shield himself as the girl leaps onto him, crashing him backwards onto the grassy floor. The angled stone with such force his eyes bulge, blood pools. Girl says, and reaches her hand into his chest, grabbing for something or letting... Transfer of energy takes place that can only truly be visualized by travelers from a faraway dimension. Reaches for something in Lung's jacket. The phone. She hits speed dial. Mom? It's... the detective you hired. He tried to kill me.
Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stayed locked up. No. Not even the moon.
The cigarette to her lips and lights it. Cough.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. And we couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. The Butcher of Birmingham received 3 life sentences and won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. We know it wasn't him, though. We know it was a traveller.
Wear this.
Would they tie it around themselves, perhaps? Attach it to some leather, maybe?
Now shows it's a Bronze Age amulet with 3 circles. It was excavated at Bryn. It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Complex, Alex. So we really thank you for sharing this with us. Now,
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy, but he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you.
Thank you very much.
So, obviously, once again...
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions, it's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
In this dream actually also relates to the repression of emotion, and then the I'm honest, Alex, and I hope
Probably right here. Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Thanks for the advice. I hope I'm not the only suspect.
for sharing with us.
Oh, I'm so impressed again. You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. Dennis Piper, or Victor, as he's now known, an over-affectionate fan that read one too many Lovecraft novels, tried to sacrifice Alice, would you believe? Lucky I was here to save her. I've no idea what you're talking about, Sam. The thought that I could engineer a whole sordid scenario just so I could swoop in at the last minute and be Elle's knight in shining armor. Chilling. On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got. It's funny that you mentioned combat first, because most people actually think this is an erotic scene. And then the second point you made was that it might be people hugging, but most people, apparently, most people think.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No? Oh, him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place. I'd remember her voice, but her face... That's very plain, isn't it?
Walking across, maybe?
What was the object used for, what do you think?
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? Maybe if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Yes, she's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Alice Munro. It rings a bell, but no. Sorry, Sam.
People off the streets, and this old-timer was out late. The youths nodded.
It's a lovely place. It has the third most high-rise buildings of any city in the world. So that's what this is about. Chief Dupont has finally dug up my old record. I am Lawrence Petrovsky. Victoria Cheng, a very good painter. I didn't kill her, though. I was trying to save her. Hong Kong. It was our third encounter with a traveller. We'd managed to trap her on the roof of an apartment complex. Roughly translated, the building was called Flight, which was ironic. When the traveller realised we had it cornered, it tried to jump off. I managed to grab Victoria's ankle, but I couldn't hold on. Hong Kong being Hong Kong, there was about 37 tourists that filmed the whole thing. So to some people, it looked like I was dangling her over the edge of a building to meet her doom. I wasn't. I was trying to save her. Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them, continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. No, but they don't like being exposed. If Mercury pointed them out, they're already in trouble. We'd do a reading. Mercury would know.
Tonight's the night. It's been building.
It was weird. Zach thought he'd already met me. Why would that be, Sam? That's what I thought, although I'm sure he said my name. Anyway, I did find out one thing. He has a massive collection of books about serial killers. What's that about? Oh my god, who told you about Victoria? She died, jumped off a building. We tried to save her. Well, Rain tried to save her. Sam, we need to save Ellis. Victoria's already gone. A who, what, Petrov's what? No. Should I? He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. I shuffled before you got here. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
It was worse the second time.
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
I'm Poe, and this is your August update. August update.
A couple of times, but I learned pretty soon that it was futile. I've had to...
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I've just moved in next door.
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything I can help with?
No, not really.
More than a few times. It's true. And of course, I will not tell pattern to it. Years can go on quietly, but I once... weeks. I usually get about a week's warning, so clearly where I don't know the ground well. Work was difficult, so I went freelance. At least programming makes me good money. I can work.
John, I'm gonna be fine.
The others there are out there. How many beasts? Or am I just one amongst many vehicles for a single slayer? There surely must be others. Cannot believe.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Those that the world is better off without. I find a good spot.
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills. Are you?
No. Not anymore.
I think you're supposed to take the pills, Violet.
Well, you're normally more forceful about it, Claude. You said my UFO was real. So why am I taking pills?
I didn't say the UFO was real.
Are you trying to make me go mad? Just an hour ago, you said there was a UFO sighting. Now it's take the pills, Violet.
You said you saw other heads when you were taken.
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognised. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby?
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something. The place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
Mike Tyson, or all three combined, takes control of my body and pours through it. The exhilaration of the beast sets my senses on fire, even though I'm writing pills.
I haven't asked you about Zach yet.
Until a few hours ago, I never heard of the guy. Creepy as fudge, if you ask me.
Thanks, Lexi.
Anything for you, Chief?
Locating his elbow, blood gushes from his mouth and nose. I turn his head away to avoid the spray and feel his neck break under force as it spills out, greedily lapping. A great warm surge.
Chief DuPont. Grave news indeed.
Will Ellis be safe with you here?
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to handle the radio?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested.
No, I don't want to dilute my brand. I would love to.
Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
Orgasmic lethargy fills me as I wait in the rain. By the time the night bus arrives, the high has passed, leaving me drained and depressed and...
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Then there's another long walk through the rain. Muscles taut with cramp. A one-bedroom flat in the most anonymous block I could find. I relax in a... Yet, feel the satiated slumber of the beast, and the memory of the assault grows hazy. Myself, but everything ready for disposal. I'll take them to the dump tomorrow first thing, then I'll...
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
Hopefully I'll get a bit of peace. Longer term, I can see no end to it. I know I can't resist the Slayer's needs, and I have no idea how long it will continue, so I am left with the image of myself.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Know him. He was looking forward to a good long soak in a hot bath to that, well, he needed a new coat anyway.
What can we do to help Ellis?
Haven't we done enough? Not many people get to know when they're going to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do?
Honestly, I don't know. All three of us should stick together, though, so there's no confusion over our alibis this time.
And nightmares.
With Poe and Monroe.
Bron, I thought about the whole restraining thing, and it's really hard to ask someone if they mind you tying them up for a while. I did a thing for Sam anyway. It might have helped.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
Log into Tarotism.
Good idea. I'll stay in my room, log in, and wait for you to give me the all clear. Then they'll know I'm not a suspect. You're the best.
Who, wants to change, but somehow goes back to her old ways.
You know what? So, Helen, firstly, I would like to just say to you that there was something private about your life, but you still be as ordinary as you were before, because the skin shedding relates to personal transformation.
Nice, yeah. Well, I was close, but your explanation is so much now.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Well, it definitely looks like an alien. And
Why do you think the killer's chosen Ellis?
Because she sees her as a threat. Or he.
look like semi-precious black eyes. You kind of look like this.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
What's getting closer?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
Do you think this...
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and I'm not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him, then?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
Don't you think so?
I think it's beautiful, but slightly frightening.
Hey.
How's the Ouija?
Full of annoying voices that aren't helping me. I've only just got back from the photographer's place, so I haven't had a chance to go at it yet.
Say anything about me?
I didn't ask it about you. Do you think I should?
No. Yes?
Alrighty, stay there and I'll think of a question. Okay, let's see. Oh dear. I asked it if you were still the same Rain I knew and loved.
Opened his eyes to find Uni standing on his chest, her mottled face inches from his, her demanding purr drilling. He lifted a numb hand. Sleep, he was feebly delivered. Uni's reply, a loud and indignant meow, was an order. This could only mean one thing.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
He hoped it was a mouse or a vole. At least lopsided sparrows flapping around his kitchen.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveller nearby.
No. How do you know all this?
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yes.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines, and I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, all right?
Lay helplessly on the floor. No, no, no.
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens? Ray, why'd you pray for them?
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens?
Strange, isn't it? Why would an alien decorate? Perhaps an alien that's not an alien?
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling people?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same traveller. Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why'd you pray for them?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers from the tarot?
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury. And Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
Until he could no longer hear his own breathing. Until Uni stopped pacing and sat grudgingly opposite him. To dry. Knees and lifted the kitten. Puppy body barely as big. On the floor, he'd need it to clean up later. He held the kitten against his chest, partly as an apology, partly so he wouldn't have to see it.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Something going on, she said, smiling. Uni jumped her nose. Have you brought something for Mummy? And placed the kitten on the duvet. Did you order this? He asked. His voice sounded shakier than usual. Started pulling at the fur.
Alice, do you have the amethyst?
What?
Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant?
Okay, we're playing silly buggers now. Don't worry about it. My buyer would have found something by the time you pitch up with it anyway.
with Poe and Monroe.
Elle, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Elle, we must finish what we started.
Nope. Let's finish it.
Elle, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Elle, will you marry me?
No. Yes!
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel. My absolute angel.
Are you really married?
Yes, you've met my wife and family. They're sadly not actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed. Another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me? How long have we been together?
Since the day you arrived, my angel. How could any red-blooded man resist you?
Every relationship that you have with someone should be equal, and you should be loved for who you are. And maybe that is something that perhaps, Gabby, you might have to...
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Keep your dreams. You're listening?
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio. You...
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You're spying on me.
I saw you leave her house, and then I went in. She was naked, lying radiant on the bed. What did I find in her closet? A wedding dress. Who was that for, Zach? Who was that for? I'm done covering for you. We're finished. You need to leave. Now.
Officer Peters looks me up and down. She's hot too, but not as hot as the gun. Yes, officer. We've had a report of gunshots. I tell her, smiling sheepishly. Mind if I take a look around? Oh. Tour of the office takes about 5 seconds. 5 solar seconds. And then she finds... She runs her fingers across. Okay. I know. It's a appreciatively. Mind if I try? I protest as she sits down, but it's too late. She's definitely sitting on Vanessa's bleeding body.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
She winks. So, I was wrong. Apparently the quilt could have some action after all, but not tonight. There was a corpse walking around somewhere, and it didn't have many places to hide. Officer Peter sighs. I'll get going then.
I'm Poe, and this is your August update. August update.
Door firmly behind her and retrieved the gun firmly behind me. Believe me now? And see Vanessa upright on the couch, just like before I shot her. I believe you, I say, looking at my gun. You didn't shoot me, she smiles. I told you to think that you... So, my alpaca couch, I ask hopefully. Took it in the chest. I grimace. 6 weeks wasted. I knew I had a reason for wanting her. Sneer. What do you want? Or onomats.
How long?
On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
No, I mean, romantically.
I only want you to do what makes you happy. I'll be waiting for you either way.
Why didn't you tell me about Dorota?
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
That you were sleeping with her.
It was just a fling, John. I wanted to try something different. To stretch myself. I would have told you eventually. All three of us could have had fun together. You do want to have fun with me, don't you, John?
For me. I kiss each bullet for luck as I reload them. Rising to my feet, I slide the magazine into the Smith & Wesson. Strewn on its side, engine crushed against the concrete wall.
Did he? Did he tell you that he was there too? I assumed Dorota was disappointed with the sex they'd had, so Zack killed her for attacking his masculinity. Well, that's just a lie. He's covering for himself. I never went into her bedroom. How could it be me? Yes. Should I be surprised you've seen it? Years ago, tattoos and piercings were frowned upon, but they're all in vogue now. Maybe branding scars will be in fashion too.
Reevaluation, like the rest of Thacker's creations.
Thanks for trying to cheer me up. We chased her up onto a rooftop, and she jumped. Rain almost saved her, but he couldn't hold on. Chief DuPont dragged that up, I suppose. Now what's that supposed to mean? Of course he was trying to save her.
I have no idea. The door from the west stairwell crashes open. She weaves her way around wrecked cars, drawing even closer. but it's enough to send her sprinting directly for me. The second shot clips her side.
I suppose it did look a bit like that on the video. He managed to grab her ankle as she went over, but he just didn't have the strength to hold her. Still, he kept pretty quiet about that, didn't he? How did they even get in that position, Sal? That's the question you should be asking. Sure, he tried to save her, but did he? Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already. She's had a shopping list of medical issues. This is just the latest thing. She might seem tough on the outside, but she's frightened, Sam. About a lot of things. The doctor said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster. Just a little girl lost. She was drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you.